Hey guys, I have a track for you today for the new song by Karnivool called The Refusal, which I actually just now heard. I'm not exactly sure when they released this as a free download. I don't think it was too long ago because I've been constantly, checking on their Facebook and whatnot because I knew about the new album coming out. Excuse me if I sound like I'm dying. It is like 5 in the morning. I haven't been awake for too long. But if anybody doesn't know Karnivool, they are kind of I guess a progressive rock and metal band from Perth, Australia, and they have this way of every album to come out will constantly have a different sound. And they've kept that consistently throughout their whole musical career, starting from their very roots, which was more of this new metal, grungy-esque kind of sound, and that consisted of their very first EP, and then there was their second EP, Persona, which were they were kind of straying away from that into this more, I guess, sort of a progressive sound. But nothing was fully exposed until their first full length, which was called Themata. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm not exactly sure. Excuse me if it's not. But Themata is definitely a progressive metal album in a way. There's no crazy long songs or anything. They have lengths up to maybe, I believe the longest track is about 6.5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that would be Lifelike. Now, within these rather short songs, excuse me, the progression is still very, very evident in songs such as Coat, Lifelike, Nauseum, etc. And several of the songs have a major Meshuggah influence, such as Fear of the Sky and definitely Scarabs. Scarabs, especially with the crunching and well, especially the and this had everything. It wasn't exactly it still had all those progressive metal albums, and it had well the the polyrhythms. Excuse me, like I said, I'm not all there right now, but this sound continued to progress over towards their which came out just a few years ago. Now, it's been quite a gap of time before they've released anything else, but this was definitely a progressive rock album, which was very original, and if anything, it definitely took a lot of elements from bands such as the Mars Volta, and you can also hear bands such as Rush, those kind of influences in with this. Now, that album was a completely different than, say, Themata, their first EP, and Persona. Now, completely evident that they continue to progress their sound again. How they progressed is something that I'm not quite sure of. From the very minute that it started, I was already I had checked to make sure I was still listening to because it started out with kind of shouting I'd never heard with their music. That shouting, growling kind of sound. Not necessarily a death metal growl, but like somebody shouting. This is the best I could explain it. Definitely listening. And by the end of the track, I was kind of confused. I actually had to listen to it a few times before I really knew what I thought of it. And the final, I guess, criticism of it is that it's not necessarily a criticism, but it is a good song. It is different. It's not it's definitely not as their other songs, such as say Sound Awake, and it had more of that kind of poppy arena rock sound on that really, and that's just my opinion. But I've never really liked this song. I've never gotten into it. I never liked the way it sounded, the way the vocals sounded, and everything. I just never liked it. Too just rock-ish, I suppose. And this album is kind of in the same. This song, excuse me, is definitely sort of in that same vein, but really, it shows how different it is than Sound Awake. But mostly the drumming does sound a lot different, but I'll tell you, the drums vocals sound great too. I think most of the would have been really soaring high. That's something that I've always liked about his vocals is that he could, if he wanted to do something different, he could, and it would never sound like unorthodox, I suppose. It never sounded like it shouldn't be there. It always worked. That was something about his vocals. But I'm definitely not used to it. I really hope it's not something that for the whole album. Not that it's a problem with this song, because the album is not out yet. This is just a little glimmer of what it will be. Now, I just hope that these shoutings are used very minimal, and hopefully just in this song, because I could do without it. I mean, I just want to hear Ian sing. That's about it. And that's what he's great at, honestly. He's a phenomenal singer, and all of these musicians are phenomenal. The drums sound awesome. The guitar work does sound very Karnivool, I suppose. And that means it sounds good. It's nothing that's blowing me away. Nothing crunchy or, I guess, like the story I say, Sonata. It's basically the same kind of played, I believe he played a five string throughout Sonata, but and that six string is not something that he did one string, but as final thoughts on the song go, it is good. It's a good song. It's different. I know I spent basically how I felt the history of Karnivool went, and I apologize for that. But I felt like my more, I felt that it would make things make more sense, and how I thought about it, and progression of their music. Excuse me. You can check it out. You can download it for free. But on my final note, but the mixing sounds terrible. It's it sounds version, but the mixing it's very strange sound and something that had the production quality of their first EP. And if you listen to the first EP, the production is not very good. But everything besides that, say, and especially Sound Awake, all crystal clear. Excuse me again, I wish I could speak this morning, but have you ever seen my never talk? That's beside the point. The production is always crisp, it's always clear, it's always really clean. You can always hear it perfectly. And I really hope that they go and they re-record this or at least remaster it or something because it does not sound good. The instrumentals, of course, and the vocals, minus not yet used to, all sound great. Every song is good. This version, no, not Carnival. Is not what I want to hear. Just garage something of the sort and give us a nice crystal clear version of the song. And I'll go listen to it again and then see what I think about it because they might even, if they go and re-record it, they might do something different. They might change some stuff, and then I'll have to listen to that. But as far as it is now, I say that if the whole album turns out like this, I'm probably going to be very disappointed. But I just hope that this is the set fire to the hive of the new album, whereas that song is but everything else is good. Those are my thoughts on it. If you have anything to say, comment, um, video response, whatever. It's great. Message my channel, whatever. I don't even know if anybody's watching this, but if you happen to stumble upon it, let me know what you think.